morning everyone. I am feeling a bit better today than I did yesterday, not in as much pain, especially in my hands. I am still feeling exhausted, which is understandable, but I am going to take one of my paracetamol pills, which is 1 gram, more sort of as a preventative thing, because I noticed that if I take it before I do something, the pain afterwards is less severe. I'm not sure if that's just like a placebo thing in my head or not, but I see it. I'm gonna do that. I'm actually almost running out, so I definitely need a new prescription and possibly a new type of painkillers because it's not doing enough. But I've said that like 1,000 times in these vlogs. But I'm gonna eat my breakfast. I'm gonna relax on the computer. I kind of want to do my makeup before I leave, so that might happen, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But I'm gonna relax as much as possible, and I will see you soon. I know you're really close to my face, but I'm sitting and doing my makeup, and I'm not sure how well you're gonna be able to see, but this area around here, around my eyes, looks hideous. I am again trying the Fenty Beauty foundation, and I just turned blue, with the Colourpop concealer, and I've kind of come to the conclusion I don't like any of them. The Fenty foundation I know I can work with. I need a really moisturising base, no powder. I tried the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Loosed again because I'm still trying those from the video I put up yesterday. And I've kind of come to the conclusion with the It Cosmetics powders though, I don't really like them. They are amazing for mattifying the skin, for blurring the pores and blah blah blah. But everything that I put over the top, blush, bronzer, highlighter, needs to be layered an absolute ridiculous amount. I'm wearing a super blinding highlighter and it took about 10 layers when it normally takes 1. And it just looks patchy and it looks uneven. And it makes me sad because all of these, most of them are expensive products. But that, and as I hit my brows, I'm having a bad makeup day today. But I'm just gonna roll with it because I can't be asked to take it off and try again. So, my little makeup rant of the day. I did grilled cheese for lunch, so instead to show you how to do it, I take some bread, put some ketchup on it, add the cheese, then add some protein, which in this case is turkey, and I put some oregano on top, slap them together and put them in my little thing. So, I want to start by saying, even though you can't see that, well, I think I managed to salvage the makeup a little bit. I used a more hydrating setting spray and blended the eyeshadow kind of low and all over the place, so I think that my horrible liner and the eyes aren't as noticeable. I have half an hour until my doctor's appointment and I'm getting really anxious. Like, I can feel it starting to tighten in my stomach and I'm really nervous. A lot of it is because of some of the stuff I want to talk about that I am scared to bring up, essentially. Because I don't know how he will react. I've only had this doctor, let me turn around so you can actually see me a bit better. I've only had this doctor for a couple of months. I got him in January, I think, because my old doctor quit and I really liked my old one. But he seems really nice. It's just, I am very timid. I get scared very easily, especially around authority figures from bad experiences with doctors in the past. And I'm terrified of mentioning the stuff that I want to mention, which is why I've written a fucking list. My mum has printed it for me. She's at work. She's gonna be home to pick me up soon. I'm terrified. But I'm like shaking. I'm hoping that he's gonna respond in a positive-esque way to the things I am bringing up. Some things I'm kind of sure he won't be able to fix right like that. And I'm just hoping that he understands where I'm coming from so that he understands why I'm asking for some of the things I'm asking for. You can hear the wind, it's really windy outside, so I'm sorry about that, but I feel terrified because this is probably the first time, other than when I was really depressed, that I actually physically asked my doctor for help, that I have been the one asking for help, you know, other than the normal stuff. it's been the first time in this situation where I am, you know, I want this. Can you help me? And I'm terrified. But as I said, he seems nice. I'm hoping it's going to end well. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to be able to film at the doctor's office because of privacy things, and I know I've been kind of secretive about the stuff. I haven't really mentioned what I want to talk to him about, and that's just because I'm scared that if I bring it up and it doesn't happen, I'm going to be really let down. So I'm kind of keeping it to myself, to my family, because they know, and that's also the reason my mum's joining me, because she knows, and if I forget to talk about something, she's there to remind me, or that she brings it up, and blah 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 blah, but I'm terrified, so I'll probably see you on the other side. So I just got home from my doctor. It was half an hour waiting, which is, I always hate waiting at the doctor's office because it's always a long wait, but I have been waiting for I have waited an hour before, so I suppose it's better than nothing. It went okay. I was right in my assumption that he thinks I'm healthier than I am. So now that I have him on my level, we are good on that one. He's going to send a referral for me, because there is a hospital south in Norway, at Lillehammer I believe, that have like a course on fibromyalgia for people with fibromyalgia. So he's going to send me there because I don't know nothing about the illness at all, which is good. I have also changed painkillers. I still have paracetamol, because the one I'm going to be changing to, which I can't remember the name off the top of my head, clashes, the new one I'm taking clashes with my current antidepressant, which is Cipralex. So I'm going to start today and stop taking it, but you're not supposed to stop instantly with antidepressants, so I am halving my dosage and taking that for a minimum of a week to 2 weeks, depending. If I feel good in a week, I will stop completely, and after a week, after that, because I have to wait a week from when I stop until I start my new one, I start my new ones, which are also a type of antidepressant, but it is more commonly used to treat muscular pain, I believe he told me. But I got another box of paracetamol because I'm still using them, and I have got 9 tablets left in there of 100, so I'm almost out. That's going to last me about 3-4 days. So I got a new one so that I have last me over the weekend, and I got home to some lovely Happy Mail and that foil though. I've come upstairs, and although I'm in some amounts of pain, I also feel really inspired to do something. I decided to organise one shelf, and one shelf only, that's the thing I'm limiting myself to, of my makeup drawers, and I bought these at IKEA. Not sure how well you'll be able to see, but they're 3 plastic strips that you sort of cut into shape to fit whatever drawer you want, and you can cut them in smaller heights and stuff as well, because they're a bit too tall for the small drawers, which are these ones. A tiny bit too short, so I have cut them a little bit, but the one I really wanted to organise was my blush, bronzer, highlighter, and all of that kind of stuff. So I have blush and bronzer over here. It's pretty dark in this corner, I didn't realise. Let me put the light on. Blush and bronzer over here, blush and the bronzer at the front, all my cream products in the middle, because I didn't think I would be able to fit all my blushers and bronzers in here. All of my highlighters fitted really, really nicely in here, which I'm really happy about. And then I have duos and trios, and here, most of them are duos, but smaller trios as well fit. Any larger palettes I have down in my palette drawer. But I feel really happy about that, and I've also been decently good about collecting all of these little plastic bits so they're not all over the floor like they were last time I did anything. So I'm not going to have a mountain of plastic snow to clean up, which I had last time. I've sort of cleaned up as I've gone with it, which I think is a smart decision for me. I am really exhausted though. We had porridge for dinner, which I really like, and I bought a lactose-free one for me, and thought that would be fine. My stomach doesn't agree. It's throwing a fit, and it's hurting really badly. I've been pretty much nauseous ever since I ate, which is like 3 hours ago, 2 hours ago. So I need to go to bed soon because I'm getting really hyper. And I get really hyper at night, which is really annoying to me because I need to sleep, which is also why I struggle sleeping. My stomach hates me right now. It's hurting. I'm super nauseous. I was at the toilet with pretty bad diarrhea half an hour ago or something for probably about 10 minutes. And I was, because there was a downstairs bathroom, and downstairs bathroom has the toilet and the sink right next to each other. So I was like clutching the side of the sink, knowing that if I would vomit, I would vomit into the sink because it would be a lot easier to clean that up than if I would have vomited all over the floor. But I didn't vomit. I felt really nauseous. I still feel really nauseous. I have a banana up here which I'm gonna have, and I don't know if I probably should eat something because I'm starting to feel I get cold sweats and I get a bit lightheaded, which is one of the signs that my blood sugar is dropping, at least for me, from what I have understood from it online and stuff. I'm pretty weak. I've sort of, all my energy went into my doctor's appointment, which was, I would say, successful. Didn't get to talk about all of the things that I wanted to. Some were left for later because we're going to change my medicine first and see how my body reacts to that first. And if that can help, and if that doesn't help, we're going to continue with the other stuff that was on my list, which was really nice. He said I was sicker than he thought I was, but he thought it was nice that I wrote everything down to him so that we, understand each other, we're on the same level. But I am absolutely exhausted. I used up my last bit of energy organising the drawer, and I now need to take my makeup off. I need to go to bed before I vomit everywhere and fall across the floor from passing out. This happens 4 to 6 times of the week, so you'd think I'm used to my stomach reacting badly to food, because I have a list, an incomplete list of foods that I minimize my exposure to, aka I don't eat as much of it as I could have. One of the top things on that list is milk, especially lactose. I've stopped drinking regular milk. I only have lactose-free dairy products, except for cheese, because I don't really like cheese, so cheese is usually fine because I don't have a lot of it. But I think I'm just going to have to put milk on that list completely because it doesn't even seem like lactose-free stuff works, which sucks. So I am thinking about completely transforming my diet because of that list. I will probably show you tomorrow. I'm going to sleep on the idea because it's going to involve me. I'm going to stop eating everything on my bad list, essentially. And that's going to make it very, very difficult for me to eat anything. Because that, unfortunately, cuts out red meat, which I've already cut out because that's the top offender on my list. But milk cuts out gluten. All gluten is sort of in the grey zone still. It cuts out garlic, tomatoes, which means I can't have pasta, and pasta is like my favourite thing in the world. So I'm struggling, and I know if I decide to do it, I'm going to be responsible for all of my food, everything, and it's going to be a lot more work on my side, and right now I'm not sure I can handle it, but my doctor told me to be stubborn, because right now I can't take care of myself. I rely on help from someone else to cook at least 1 meal a day for me, sometimes even 2, 3, or all 4, but I'm going to try to do all of my meals, which is 4 daily tasks. It takes me between 5 and 20 minutes to do, depending on the meal. But if I were to make everything from scratch, to avoid any of the bad things on my list, that would increase a lot. It's going to mean I have to put in a day pretty much essentially for prepping, like baking bread, making sure I have all of these things that I can eat quickly, because some things that I also kind of rely on, is quick food to have when my stomach is throwing a fit, when my blood sugar plummets and I feel like I'm this close to fainting, or when I can't stand long enough on my feet to physically make a meal for myself. I need to have something that's already ready that I can just eat. Because I want to do it to see if that's going to help minimize these periods where my stomach throws a fit. I get extreme diarrhea that is very, very uncomfortable, as you can probably guess. I get extreme nausea to the point where I think that if I take another step, I'm going to vomit. If I take another step, I'm going to vomit. I also feel lightheaded, I'm cold sweating because my blood sugar is so low. So it's very sort of, I want to try and avoid that because it's extremely uncomfortable. And even though it happens to me very often, I don't like it. And I don't really know what I can do about it. But if eliminating food that my stomach throws a fit at every time I eat helps even a little bit, then that's good for me. So I've been vlogging for 10 minutes. My arms are hurting a lot and I will probably see you soon. So the writing is a bit weird. It's 10 o'clock right now and I took my medicine after the last clip, which was just after 8. Managed to go downstairs and get some food into my system, but then now I feel nauseous. The nausea has not stopped. Everything else is better, but the pain and the fatigue is still there, and I can't take more painkillers either because it's not that long ago since I took my paracetamol. But I might take half one just to be able to fall asleep because I've been in bed ready to sleep for an hour and a half almost, and it hasn't worked, and I'm really, really nauseous. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go downstairs, get a little bit more to eat, just something small, take half a paracetamol because it's painful to that stage for me where if I don't keep moving, it's gonna hurt. So I keep pointing and flexing my feet, I keep bending my knees and just rolling my ankles and wrists, moving my fingers and hands constantly, because the second I stop I get really bad twitches because of pain. And there's pain there, but when I twitch the pain gets worse. So it's a mess, and I hate when it gets like this because I can't sleep because it's so painful. But I'm gonna have to go get food to hopefully calm the nausea down a little bit. And I have to go to bed soon because I'm exhausted. But thank you for watching. Sorry for the rambly bit in the last clip. It was like 10 or 12 minutes long. I have a lot flying around in my head today, and when that's usually the case, I want to get it out somewhere, either on film or paper or something. Otherwise I just forget. But I just want to say thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully see you again tomorrow.